Yo, what is going on? Happy Wednesday. We are coming at you live from downtown Chicago here at Atlas in the office today. Switching it up, doing things differently. I hope y'all are having a great day. We are going to be talking about the sidewalk sale, and we have a ton of questions that I can answer for this event. For those of you who probably haven't heard by now, well, you should have, because we've been really promoting this massive event. Our 38th annual sidewalk sale is happening next week on Thursday and Friday, August 14th and 15th, and we couldn't be more excited. It's been crazy the amount of planning we've been putting into this, and we are really set up nicely to host over 35 different vendors and thousands of participants. We made some major changes to accommodate what we think is going to be a big influx in participants, and we're really excited to share. So all of the information for the event outside of this video and rewatching it can be found on our website, atlasstationers.com, and we have a sidewalk sale page in which I've linked in the description of this video. So this will be a great opportunity for you to ask me questions live. I do have a huge list of the questions that we pulled from our Discord server and on the Instagram page as well. And my goodness, you guys asked some great questions, and it really helped us form some event information to convey back to you. So, Tanya, how you doing? Moon Lover, what's up? What's up? Yeah, we've got a slight change of scenery for this video. So I hope y'all are doing well. But one thing that we are going to talk about outside of the FAQ is some of the suggestions that I have for you on how to have a successful experience. I'm very big on, you do what you want, plan however much you want, however little you want, and do things at your own pace. But one thing I will suggest is that at these events, such as a pen show or an event thrown by a retailer, just know that time is very limited. So maybe have an idea of the vendors you want to meet, some of the products you want to look at ahead of time, and be prepared to get sidetracked. You're going to run into people who you might have been talking to online, on Instagram or Discord. You're going to be boying or girling over a special edition that hasn't been released yet. You're going to run into some people that you follow yourself on Instagram, and point being is time is limited, but make the most of it. It's a 2-day event, and we're really excited to show you what we've prepared. So if we're ready, take time to challenge Hollywood to a dance battle. I'll do it. I'll legit do it, for sure. So if we're ready, are you guys all ready? Have your questions ready to go. I know a lot of you already submitted them, but let me know what questions you might have, and then I'll be more than happy to address them and read them. Yeah, you guys, this is the executive office. All right. Moon Lover says, very excited to be there and get to talk to people as well as hurting my bank account some more. That also is something that might happen, is your wallet will probably be thinner when you leave the event than when you came. So I'm big on not paying your mortgage, stop feeding your children, save those extra bucks to buy that fountain pen that you desire most. All right. Where all the emergency HR meetings happen, that's the conference room. Maybe we'll do a live stream there eventually. Okay, I think what we're gonna do, do you want me to start with your guys' questions? Because I'm just gonna go through the entire festival FAQ, and I also posted the maps on here so you can screenshot them. We also are gonna be changing the graphic images of the maps to a PDF link. That way you can download the PDF as well. So we're gonna do that probably right after the live stream. But I tell you, we have, I don't know, maybe like 25, 30 questions that we've answered. You can also comment questions on the blog post too on our website. I can answer there. Uh-oh, I feel a sneeze coming. Okay, I just zenned the sneeze back in, you know what I'm saying? All right, well, let's just go down the list. We'll start with the event basics. And feel free to stop me or comment as much as you want. Bella says PDF version is in my email. Awesome, then I'll update the blog after. That's awesome. All right, yeah, Bella was the one who designed the graphics, the floor layout, the event festival map, so I'll give them a big shout out. All right, so let's start off with the basics. What are the dates and times of the event? Well, if you don't know this by now, I'm not sure you're deserving of coming. But to remind you, because I know all of you are very well aware of the dates and time, Sidewalk sale is going to run from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Time here at the shop, 227 West Lake Street on the corner of Franklin and Lake, on Lake though, and it's August 14th and 15th, next Thursday and Friday. We're going to be opening the doors up around like 8 a.m., so be prepared. Vendors will get here anytime, you know, before then and after then. So not everyone will be set up until 9, but I know some of you like to come out and distract us earlier. So great. Where is Atlas located and what's the best way to get here? So basically, many of you are local. You can take the L train system in here. For those of you who are not, you're going to take a Metro or Amtrak. Union Station is literally a 15-minute walk just south of us, and then Ogilvie Station is about a 10-minute walk. A little bit closer, but all the Metros and Amtraks will run through there. And then if you need to take a bus, there's a great bus stop right at Franklin and Madison on Madison Street coming into the city. We're literally a 5-minute walk from there. And then also there's like a divvy bike stop right here in case you want to do public transportation with like the bikes. There's a dock right here. And then also if you're flying in, which is awesome to hear. Many of you are flying in, which we're just so ecstatic about, and we really appreciate you making the time for us in our event. You can take the blue line straight in from O'Hare or the orange line straight in from Midway. And there's a great L stop on Clark and Lake. That's where basically all of you will want to get off if you're taking the L system. That's just 2 blocks east of us. So that's great. If you are driving in, we do have a discounted parking lot rate, which is $14 for like 12 hours or whatever it might be. And the entrance is at 225 West Wacker. So, sorry, that's the address of the building, but the entrance is on Franklin Street. So it's the one-way going north. You want to enter on Franklin Street. All right. Is the event beginner friendly? Yes, there will be a ton of different vendors selling entry-level fountain pens, pens in general, stationery items. So there's no pressure. You can be of any level, you know, whether you're a newbie or you're an absolute addict and you have hundreds of pens already. This event is for all. We're just trying to get together and share the passion for all things fine writing. Is there a map or layout available? Yes, there is. We posted on our Instagram, and I just talked about. You can refer back to this blog, click the link in this video description, and you can also download the layout. There's an indoor one and an outdoor one. The outdoor map, this is how many tables we have. We have 26 tables, and we have like 23 or 24 vendors outside, which is crazy. And then inside we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Uh-oh. One second, what just happened? Hold on, I was receiving a call. All right, I'm back. The retail store was calling me. Sorry, I had to use my phone today. The work phones were busy. So hold on, let me message. It was our amazing team lead down from downstairs, and then it was our assistant manager, Alex. Okay, perfect. I just messaged them to see what's good. Can you hear me? Are we back? Okay, great, we're back. All right, so basically we have 35 plus vendors. Some of them will be bringing extra assistance, like Galen Leather's gonna be bringing 6 people with them. And then we're also going to have like multiple people with Rickshaw, with Yafa, Kenro, which is great. So it's gonna be really exciting. And whether you're inside or outside, you're gonna have so much opportunity to meet the vendors and really get a chance to maybe know them a little bit more. Ask them, why did you come up with these ideas? You know, what's the inspiration behind this? Our team does a fantastic job trying to share the story of the products and the inspiration, but there's nothing better than hearing it firsthand from the actual representatives. So, Kara says, howdy, just joined. Not sure if this was mentioned. I reserved parking today and it was cheaper without the code. Oh, how many hours did you reserve it for though? How many hours? Because if you have an even better rate, I'll contact them and we can update. Was the winner of the Sidewalk sale blog post polled for the gift card? Yes. Yes, and we did reach out. 11 hours. Okay. If you don't mind me asking, how much was the rate? First off, $12 or $14, whatever the rate was that we had, is really good for Chicago parking for almost all day. But if you have an even better rate, that's insane. So cool, I'm eager to hear. And did you go through the link from our blog? Let me see what Kara's gonna say. Okay, while we wait for that, regardless, that parking garage is incredibly economical. A lot of times, even just for like 2-hour meter parking, it's like $5-6 an hour, which is insane. So that's awesome that there's great rates there. Okay, so let's move on to the shopping experience. How do I check out with vendor items? This is something I'd really appreciate if you all listen closely because it's confusing in a way. Okay, it was $12.99, but when I added the code, the price went up to $14 plus tax. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, so it's $1 cheaper. Let me contact them and we'll try to update the rate. Okay, thank you for the information though. So when it comes to the Sidewalk sale, we have so many vendors bringing their own inventory, which we need to basically keep separate from Atlas inventory. So here at Atlas, we have our warehouse, our e-commerce website, and our retail store, which share the same inventory. And so when you mix in 35 different vendors, many of whom bring their own inventory, we have to be diligent in keeping them separate. So when you are purchasing items off of a vendor's table, they're gonna have a purchase slip. They're gonna write down the item and the final sale price. The vendor will give you the final price. And then you're going to go to any of our cash register areas, which will be marked POS on the event festival map, and you can ring out with our team there. There's gonna be 2 or 3 stations inside and 1 station outside. And then we're also gonna have team members wearing aprons who can have a mobile device, mobile POS that will ring you out as well. So anyways, you're gonna bring the slip with the item and the final price to the register. Once paid, our team will stamp it with a stamp saying paid. Then you're going to bring the slip back to the vendor in exchange for the product you've bought. Vendors will not let you walk around with unpaid product outside of like if you see like some like green tagged items. Green tagged items, you'll then pay once you've collected what you wanted and ring out. But items off of vendors' tables, you'll have to do the receipt method and have the proof of purchase to collect your items. You can either go vendor to vendor and collect all the receipts at once and settle all of them together, or you can get a receipt from this vendor, then pay, collect the product, get a receipt from that vendor, then pay, collect the product, etc. That's up to you guys. Doesn't matter to us. Just know that you will not be able to have the product until it is paid. I'm sure for obvious reasons why we can all understand that. All right. Please don't bring the inventory from inside outside. Again, that's a completely separate inventory system. So if you are shopping inside, you must settle the payment for the products that you have before you go outside. Products from outside can obviously come inside. That doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. Okay. Are there discounts or sales that will be available? So yes and no. So each vendor is going to be responsible for the sale price. So, some brands are going to be excluded. There won't be any additional sale price. So it's up to the vendors to dictate what they want to sell the product at. And then we're also going to be having a site-wide discount available online for those who can't make it to the store. So again, most will have some sort of deal, whether it's a discount or a gift with purchase. Some will not. It's completely depending on which vendor you're working with. So knowing this, please understand that your reward point discounts will not stack with the items that you are buying from vendors or on doorbusters. We have a big doorbusters list full of just dozens of really great items that we've knocked the price down 40, 50, 60%. Your coupon codes from your rewards will not stack with it. So please keep that in mind. You can't stack discount codes. Will you get rewards on purchases? Eric, that's a great question. Yes, you can. When you check out, just provide your email to our team members and then you will get your points for that purchase. Now, when it comes to receipts, we will have the opportunity to print your receipts at our POS stations, but the mobile devices most likely will not have a way to print a receipt. So if a receipt is needed, we'll have to email it to you. So please keep that in mind as well. Any brands or products excluded from the discount, just the normal ones like Estabrook, Galen Leather, Pilot, Namiki, Sailor. So if they wanted to run any discounts, it would be at their table. That's up to them, but we can't discount their stuff on our website. All right. Will there be exclusive or limited edition items? Absolutely. There's going to be a lot of great merch that we are dropping, including the new red coffee mugs, the tote bag, the rickshaw bagworks, city views, and then some of the vendors are actually bringing some unreleased items or special editions. So Estabrook just contacted me today. They are bringing some really cool stuff that they debuted at the DC Pen Show. That's going to be in limited quantities though, so you'll have to prioritize seeing what they've got. All right. Anything that you see left over, so that we maybe didn't sell all of, we'll post on our website for people to purchase. So the tote bags and the mugs and things like that will be at our merch table, as well as some of our Atlas exclusives, but not everything will be available online right away. Let's get to some questions here. What is the anticipated processing time for shipping of items purchased online? A few days. Normally it's 24 hours, like one business day. Give us a few days just in case we need to catch up. We normally experience a big influx of orders paired with our entire team's energy, taking care of thousands of people in person. We move quickly though. The team is incredible and we move very fast, but just be aware that processing times may be a little slower. So we appreciate your patience. Couture Pen says it's funky, relating to the Estabrook special releases. David's asking, that includes getting points on items bought from vendors, correct? Just double checking. Yes, reason being is you're not checking out with the vendors. So when you bring the purchase slip that you receive from a vendor, you have to go through our point of sale system regardless. So when you do that, they'll ring you up and then you give the email. So if any of you have ever shopped in person at Atlas, it's really no different. You're just handing a slip. So instead of us scanning a product, we're typing in a slip. And then you check out like normal. How will you cope emotionally without me? Tanya, I was thinking about you the other day, I'm not gonna lie. And we are going to miss you. For those that may not get a chance to attend, will there be sales on site? Would they start on that Thursday? Most likely, website sales will launch a day or two in advance. Reason being, this is some inside secrets for you. We try to supplement a ton of the e-commerce orders so we don't get overloaded during the time of the event. So typically we launch sales a day or two in advance, so we have a couple days to process all those orders to try to extend the orders over like a week, if you will. Then that way we're not coming in on Monday with just a huge backlog. It'll be a backlog, don't get me wrong, but then we can at least attack it with a plan. My boy Trevor is a beast. He will ship as fast as possible. He is a very fast shipper. Very fast shipper. Okay. Nib appointments and workshops. How do I check in for my Nib appointments with Pen Realm or Matthews Nib Works? So table 12 will be Pen Realm inside, and table 13 will be Matthew's Nib Works. You want to pop on over about 5 to 10 minutes before your appointment. They might have a sign-up sheet, like a check-in sheet, I should say. Then that way, maybe they finish early, or maybe they have their testers out so you can try out the nibs ahead of time so it's not eating into your appointment slot. Otherwise, they'll let you try anything you want, and they'll talk to you, figure out what you need, and take care of you during your slot. But it never hurts to get there a few minutes early just so they know you're there. One thing I'd suggest as well is the Nib appointments are pretty much sold out. Matthew Chen's completely booked. I posted in Discord, I think yesterday, that Kirk only has a handful of slots. Even if the appointments are completely booked, there might be sign-up sheets for each of them for walk-in traffic, but those are not guaranteed. They're gonna try to work through as much as possible. I know what some people try to do is they try to have 10 pens to be worked on in 30 minutes. Sometimes that's unrealistic, and so point being is maybe after your appointment, sign up for the walk-in traffic and see if they can get to you again. Okay, how do I sign up and pay for workshops or seminars? So, you can register ahead of time, which many of you already did, considering they're almost completely sold out. And with payments, you will not need to pay anything up front at the event because you already purchased your ticket. So it's all prepaid. You've already paid for your seat. We will have a sign-in sheet at table B, which is going to be for the workshops. And then for the indoor spaces, tables 14 and 15 will be for the meetups. Now, please keep in mind for the workshops, because those are led by like seminar leaders and teachers, please check in at least up to 15 minutes early and no later than 5 minutes, because our team is then gonna shuttle you to the workshop classrooms, and we're gonna do multiple groups at a time. But if you miss your last shuttle, it might be hard for us to find you. So please don't arrive any later than 5 minutes ahead of your workshop. And then for the meetups, you can pretty much go to table 14 or 15 inside, and it's 2 separate tables, like there's 4 tables, 2 separate groups, but they'll be hosting the same meetup. We just had to split up the tables so that way there's enough space for everyone. But it can accommodate all of the attendees. You'll just have to go there, pick which space you want, and then boom, that's yours. I'll try to cause trouble in your name, Tanya. Thanks. That's great of you, Eric. If any doorbusters are out of stock, will they be restocked? We've already submitted restock orders, so we're really working hard to figure that out. We took the last of many vendors' inventories, so there's literally nothing left. But yeah, we're working to restock ahead of next week. We are not able to back order or use discounts from the sale on back ordered items. So for example, there's no rain checks. We can, however, special order items on a very rare occasion. That's up to the vendor, and it's typically usually like when the product is above a certain amount. We don't really like to do special orders just because it's hard for us to, one, get caught up from the event, but then we also have to factor in shipping to us, and then we're sitting on your money. Sometimes a pre-ordered item or a special order item might not be in for another few months. So we don't really do that outside of very rare circumstances. If the vendor is trying to do that, they'll get my permission first and we'll play it by ear. But there's no rain checks, or there's no allowing of purchasing items that are sold out at the discounted rate. What we have is what we have. How many pens can be worked on during an appointment? Some of the appointment times move very quickly. I mean, it really depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to tune, grind, whatever. I would say like 2 is a good sweet spot. 2 is a good sweet spot. I'll also be joining and causing trouble in your name. That's great. You guys are great. I have 4 pens total that I want to get worked on at the moment. I plan to get 1 gold and 1 steel nib done during each session. That's awesome. Yeah, it really depends on how quickly they can move. You know, each pen is different, right? Each case is different. You know, some nibs are really jacked up. Others are easy to fix or grind. It's really a lot of variables involved. Okay, let's see. Is there a wait list for sold out workshops? If you just go to our website, when you see the workshop that's sold out, it'll say sold out, and then below it will say email when available. That's the wait list. If somebody cancels or we somehow find more space to open it up, we'll put the seat back into inventory and it'll email out anybody who's signed up for the restock notification. So that's the wait list. How do I check in for my workshop? So we already discussed that. just please make sure that you check in at least 15 minutes ahead of time, no later than 5 minutes before the start time. Online virtual participation. I can't attend in person. Can I shop the sale online? Yes, we've already talked about the discount. We'll have a site-wide discount and some doorbusters going. Then we'll also be live streaming a lot. We're gonna for sure live stream at 10 a.m. Central Time on both days and 1 p.m. Central Time on both days. Flip between TikTok and Instagram. That will be just going over the entire event so you can see virtually what's going on. And then at 12 p.m. Central Time on that Thursday, we're gonna live stream the Titans of the Community panel, the AMA, Q&A. And then on Friday, we're gonna also be live streaming the Atlas Brothers AMA. And Brian and I have really some massive announcements that we're gonna break. We're gonna break some big time news during that AMA. So those will both be live streamed on YouTube, and then we're gonna try to double up on Instagram. Also, keep in mind, some vendors might live stream or some creators. So I'm sure you'll see people and their content being produced in live time. Okay, catch up. Any other questions? Y'all are the best. Give the Atlas Bros the stink eye for me. It's crazy. That's crazy. I love it though. I love beefing. I love beefing like that, Tanya. Navigating the event, how is the layout organized? So we will have a whole bunch of vendors lined up in the street, close to the curb, and then you can shop those, and then we'll have tables all throughout the middle. The tables by the curb will have canopies over them, and then the tables in the middle will have umbrellas. And then indoors, just look at the map layout. Some of the larger vendors up front in the retail store will have more space because they have more products, like Plotter's gonna have a whole customization system. Leuchtturm's gonna have their embossing machine out. So there's a lot of really cool things that you can experience. All right, will vendors be present both days? Yep, as of right now, every vendor plans to be there both days. Where can I rest or find a quiet spot to get away from the crowd? So this is something brand new that we've implemented. First off, the Titans community table and the Discord table is something brand new for us as well. So if you want to meet some of the Titans of the community and also have like a Discord meetup spot, Table U is gonna be great for that outside. But we're also putting another location in for like a rest area and a Discord meetup area, which I'll share in 1 second. So if you're looking to get away from the crowd, to get away from the entire event, you know, thousands of people, it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot. And one cool thing about the Sidewalk sale, there's no ticket required. You can leave and enter as many times as you want, but you might wanna get off the block and cool off a little bit. So there's public seating available at the CNA building at 151 North Franklin Street. That's 1 block south of us. And then across the street at 155 North Wacker, there's a little more seating space available. If you're a little more adventurous, you can go 1 block north on the Riverwalk. And as you walk the Riverwalk, there's seating all along there as well. It's very awesome. You're on lower level and you can see like the bridges and the buildings hovering over the water. It's really cool. So those are some great spaces for you to check out to cool off a little bit. All right, let me check something. Did I just notice something? .225 West Wacker. 155 North Wacker. Okay. Wacker Street's so weird. It's the only road in the loop that runs east from the lake going west. And then at Wolf Point, it actually splits into 3 and then runs north and south. So it's really weird. Like so there's East Wacker, West Wacker, North Wacker, and South Wacker, which is really confusing in a lot of different ways. So yeah. Okay. Like Lake Street there's only East Lake Street and West Lake Street, but Wacker runs in all 4 directions. So it was throwing me off for a second. All right, are there nearby places to eat or grab coffee? Yes, Big Shoulders is literally like 2 doors down from us. That's a crowd favorite. And then for food, we also have Chipotle right next door and Boar's Head right on our block. And then we also have some great recommendations here. One of my favorites is Il Porcellino, which is a sit-down Italian spot. And that's just in River North. There's plenty of other great options up there. Hub 51, Ramen San. If you're looking for something a little quicker, Small Cheval, which is at 150 North Riverside, that's like 3 blocks away. Or Monk's Pub, very famous, been around for like 50 years. That is located like 2 doors down as well. So I love all of those places, great spots, but if you don't like those, a lot of other cuisine options. Okay, let me catch up on some comments here. Friday's Comic-Con also, dress accordingly, very cool. The riverfront is really nice to just chill, I agree. That would be a good Hollywood hour. Tour the few blocks connecting with the Atlas store. I like that. That is actually a really good idea. There's also a really good taco place nearby. There's La Cochina. I don't know if that's the one you're referring to. That's also just next door. Marshall's Landing and Merchandise Mart is also close and pretty good food. That's so funny. I was actually thinking about putting in some reservations there for this week. Yeah, that's in the Merchandise Mart, second floor. My wife loves that place. It's a great recommendation. Okay, how can I make the most of both days? You know, stemming off from the intro of this video, I'm a big believer, just go at your own pace. Time will go quickly, but it's 2 full days. If you're doing workshops and meetups and stuff, obviously you have time constraints. Other than that, just hang out, go meet people, go walk around Chicago. You know, obviously we want you to spend as much time as you want at our event, but you're in the heart of the city, baby. There's so much cool stuff. So maybe start at Atlas, hang out a few hours, walk over to Millennium Park, which is like a 20-30 minute walk, hang out a few hours and come back. Like there's no need to necessarily have a really in-depth plan unless you're doing like the takeovers and the meetups. So I would, you know, encourage you, just take a deep breath and enjoy the moment. It's really a fun event. Restrooms, okay, so that's a great topic. I have it near the bottom of our FAQ here. So with the washrooms, we will have team members wearing aprons. Please find them for assistance and they'll help you. So we'll have maybe about 4 to 5 team members at all times wearing aprons. Just go up to them and say, hey, I'm looking for the washrooms, and then they'll help you to it. All right? And other helpful questions, will there be in-store giveaways or gift with purchases? Yes, that'll vary based on vendor. We'll have a big giveaway at our merch table, which is table A. You're gonna walk in or walk up to the table, put your name in, you'll see the prize, put your name down, throw it in the fishbowl, you'll be entered to win. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but really cool. Can I leave items at the store and pick them up later? Yes, we will have a holding zone for purchases that you've made, but please keep in mind that all of those purchases must be brought home by the end of the day, the end of the event on Friday, August 15th. We want you to obviously shop hands-free, but just make sure you understand that you need to take your stuff home. Can I bring a friend who isn't into stationery? We encourage it. Please understand there is plenty to see. Again, building off my previous point earlier, everyone's gonna be at a different level. There's something for everyone to see. It's really awesome. We already talked about the washrooms. Will sold out items be back order, available to ship later, and will the event discount apply? So we went over that. What should I bring to the sidewalk sale? So I encourage you to bring, you know, your notebooks, pens, inks, whatever it is that you want to use, show, and share. But I'd also recommend some non-stationary items. You know, dress comfy. This is an outdoor event. Weather typically hovers around 80 to 90 degrees. If it rains, you know, at some point, like close to the event, humidity can build up. So maybe a portable fan, maybe some water. But you know, it's a festival pretty much. So make sure you're equipped with the tools necessary to have a good time. Will there be water available or at a rest station at the event? So this is what is new. On the east side of the event, the far east, we will have a canopy up with chairs for a rest station. That way you can hang out and meet up with others, cool off for a moment, and then we will have bottles of water while supplies last. So we want to make sure you guys are staying hydrated. Now, obviously, we can't necessarily supply water for thousands of people, but we're going to put cases out there near the chairs. That way you can cool off and hang out a little bit, meet up with some of your friends, and take a breather from the event. So that'll be on the far east side. It'll be right next to Luxury Brands of America. That's Bryce's table, Platinum Bay New Waldman. So you'll be in great company with him. Yeah. Okay, is this a rain or shine event? Yes. Obviously, the event is mostly outside. Well, it's like 65% outside. If it rains, last year it actually poured all day Thursday, and it was a record-breaking event. So the canopies hold up really well. So as long as you get under the line of canopies, you can still participate outside. but all the middle vendors will probably move inside. So we do have a contingency plan, essentially. The event is rain or shine. We can always move things inside. Are backpacks allowed? If so, any size constraints on them? Yeah, backpacks are allowed. I'd suggest not wearing a massive one. One, you know, we don't want you to be bumping into people. It can get a little tight in certain areas, so just be very aware of that. And two, you know, don't look so suspicious if you're putting stuff in your backpacks, which I know none of you would do, but I know that's why a lot of people ask if backpacks are permitted. You know, we don't have a problem with it as long as you're being respectful of those around you. So, wear comfy shoes, yes. Love there being a rest station with water, so helpful. Yep, it's not on the map. We just finalized being able to have that station outside. Brian and I took a lot of measurements today, and we realized that we're able to do it, something that we wanted to offer. And that's it. That's the whole Q&A. Woof! Anything from you guys? What else you got? Any questions at all? Any questions? This is your time. You got me live. Obviously, you can go refer back to this video. But I'll give you guys, you know, a few minutes to talk amongst each other and see if any questions roll in. Who's excited? Who's going? I imagine quite a few of you are going, which we're really, really thrilled with. Look at all the stickers. You can see all the stickers from my all the community. I love stickers, you guys. I love stickers. Any new pens going to make appearances? Yes, a lot of new pens. It'll vary vendor to vendor. Ask them what's new. I'll be there on Friday. Sweet. I'll be there and excited. I'm very excited. I'll be there at least one of the 2 days. Yep, anything new coming during the show, you know you want to spill. We've already posted pretty much most of the exclusive items under coming soon. But some of the vendors are having items that haven't debuted yet at their table. You mentioned shuttle to workshops. Are the workshops not being at Atlas? They are. They are. They're just not outside. Like the workshop space is not outside. So we have to take groups into the location. But yeah, they're in our building. Yeah, you're not jumping on a bus or anything. So great question. I'll be there both days, I hope. Nice. I work right across the bridge, so I will be there Thursday for sure. We'll need to block off my calendar, my work calendar. Yeah, play hooky. Yeah, this is going to be the craziest one so far because, one, so many of you have reached out saying you're attending, which is fantastic. You know, as the business grows and the community builds, the events typically get bigger. But one thing that's super cool that our content team just found a lot of success in is, I don't know if you follow us on Instagram or TikTok, but there's a carousel going on saying like, have you ever been to a stationery festival? And it shows, you know, our sidewalk sale information and photos from last year. Those have amounted to 200,000 views in the last like 3 days. And like, it's got like 5,000 shares, 5,000 saves, tons of comments of people saying they're coming. So our marketing has hit a completely new group of people who were not aware of this. And so it's really cool to see how excited people are, whether you already have been following us and know about Atlas or you have no idea what this is, but are willing to show up anyways. I'll be there both days. I'll be there Thursday, so excited. Awesome. All right, you guys, well, I think this is going to do it. Thank you so much for the love. Make sure you go onto our website and check out the FAQ so you have everything handy, ready to go. As always, please ask in the Discord server or email our customer service team, info@atlasstationers.com, with any questions pertaining to the event, and we're happy to help. We want you to have all the information you need to enjoy yourself. But thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I really hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. I'll see you on Friday at 10 a.m. Central Time for the live order polling video, and then we'll see you at the sidewalk sale. Stay smooth. Peace.